This is Venezuela Weekly, where we take a closer look at the developments shaping Venezuela right now. Let's begin in the Caribbean. While attending the CARICOM summit in St. Kitts, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio addressed Venezuela directly. Rubio emphasized that the United States recognizes the need for fair, democratic elections in Venezuela. And in remarks later released by the State Department, he told regional leaders that irrespective of differing views on U.S. operations, quote, Venezuela is better off today than it was 8 weeks ago, end quote. That framing is significant. Rubio's comments were aimed not only at Venezuela, but at Caribbean governments that have historically taken varied positions on U.S. policy towards Caracas. The message was clear. Washington believes its recent actions have shifted the trajectory of the crisis, and it wants regional buy-in for what comes next. Venezuela was also highlighted in President Donald Trump's State of the Union address this week. The president described the operation that led to Nicolás Maduro's imprisonment in New York on federal narcoterrorism and conspiracy charges as opening what he called a, quote, new and bright beginning for the Venezuelan people, end quote. The inclusion of Venezuela in such a prominent domestic policy speech underscores how central the issue has become to U.S. foreign policy messaging. It signals that Venezuela is no longer treated as a peripheral regional matter, but as a visible example of the administration's broader Western Hemisphere strategy. Turning to developments inside Venezuela, the National Assembly passed a limited amnesty law. The legislation covers certain political and protest-related offenses, but excludes serious crimes. The passage of the law marks a legislative step, but its impact will depend on implementation. As we have consistently noted, credibility hinges not only on releases, but on transparency, verification, and ensuring that new arbitrary detentions do not replace old ones. And finally, Delcy Rodríguez met in Caracas with Colombia's Energy and Mining Minister Edwin Palma to advance a bilateral energy agenda. This meeting matters because Colombia remains central to Venezuela's economic recovery. Energy integration, cross-border infrastructure, and gas cooperation all point to a regional dimension of stabilization. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week.